What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Saints Fab and welcome to another mountain biking video where in this one we're going to take this old frame that I managed to get off Facebook for next to nothing and we're going to build it with parts off of my old cube bike to turn it into a trails and off-road bike that my daughter's going to absolutely love. So let's start by taking this one right down to the bare frame and seeing what we're working with. Right, this is much easier to work with. Now, next thing on is the colour. My girl's not into grey, and to be honest, it's quite close to Nardo grey, but that's not my thing either. So she likes green. We're going to paint it green. Now, I'm not planning on going crazy with this. It's not the world's best frame. It's certainly not worth putting a lot of effort in to make it really, really nice. But there's a few scuffs and things on here which definitely can be taken down, and I want a good surface for the keys. So I'm going to just hit it with some 240, scuff it up, take off some of the worst bits, and then we can just get straight onto a primer. Great, with all the sanding done, nice light scuff, I've got it hung up, I've got my stand protected. We're going to hit it with a white primer so that the green really pops. This is a mixed colour. Had it done at a local place, the quality is always really good from there. I've gone for a Lamborghini green. I mean, how cool is that? Let's get it on and see how bright this really is. Ready? Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. Right, so I'm going for the bottom bracket next, and I'm having to use the bottom bracket that I used from this frame, because I'm not 100% sure that the one from the other frame is going to fit. I think it's a bit wider down at the bracket on the cube, so I'm going to reuse this one. Now it was an absolute nightmare separating the crank from. Come on, separating the crank. Fuck's sake. Don't forget when you put in this one, it's reverse thread, like I did for about 10 minutes. Lovely. All right. So we'll pack this out with grease again. I've got the crank here. Big whop of grease on there. Bearing. Loads of grease on the bearing because I've stripped it down and cleaned it all out, so there is nothing in there at all. Okay, so we'll feed this in here, make a right old mess, and then screw the cap in, and I'm pretty sure this one's going to be clockwise. Things are actually taking a little bit of a bad turn. I've got a problem, and what it is that the 26 wheels are not compatible with the 24 wheels. The cassette doesn't fit and the disc doesn't fit because the hub's different. Now, on the wheels that came with this frame, they're pretty rubbish, but they came with one disc on the back, and I can move that to the front and at least be able to save one wheel. But with the back and the cassette, I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. I mean, I could try and find another wheel, or I could take the hub out of that wheel and move it onto the 24-inch rim. Haven't decided yet. I don't really want to restring a wheel. I haven't restrung a wheel in many, many years. So I'm not really in the mood for it. But if it has to, or if I can find someone else that can do it for me, that'd be better. I'll have a look. In the meantime, there's other stuff I can do. So I'm going to do the handlebars next. I wanted to use the bars that came with this frame because they're a lot narrower, but they don't fit the Eastern stem. So I am going to have to use the ones off the Cube, which are a lot bigger. Now, it would be a nice idea that I could just leave all this on there and bolt it straight on, but they're too wide. So I'm going to have to strip it all down, cut the bars down a little bit, and then put it all back together. I was going to show you how to fit the other end of the lockout, but to be honest, the fitting of it was a complete bag of dicks, and I'm not doing it again. So work it out for yourself. While we're waiting on the wheel solution, let's look at the crankset. Unfortunately, I can't use this one that came with the bike because some idiot smacked it with a hammer. So that's all bent up. I managed to get another one off of Amazon, very cheap. It's a single gear and it is much lighter than the other one, so that's all good. And I can change the gearing, but I've gone for a small one because for clearance and stuff like that. The only thing I'm worried about is this is a 170 and those are a 150, and she's only got little legs, but I've done it now, so I hope they're all right. Hopefully the gear cable that I have is going to line up. I don't even know the route of this, but I'm just going to make it up as I go along, and we'll see where we are. Well, that works. Oh, that's a little short. I wonder if the other one will be better. Let's have a look. Don't be a dick. Okay, we're back again. Another day, another shirt. I've got a few solutions from the last time. Firstly, wheel nuts. Now, I can't tell you how hard this was to find wheel nuts with a M10 1mm thread. Couldn't get them at Screwfix, Tool Station, all of the usual ones. Ended up going to a bike shop. Who would have thought, right? Anyway, while I was there, managed to get a new chain with a split link so I can put that in. And I've also found a solution for the wheel, whereas the disc from the old one wouldn't fit and the cartridge from the old one wouldn't fit. So the solution was to spend some money. So I got a disc that is the correct hub mounting, but the same size. And I got a screw-on cartridge because the other one is a slip-on cartridge. Now, the shame with this one is that it's only a 6-speed. Apparently that's a thing for screw-on cartridges, that they don't go up to like 8 or 9. And I've got a 9 on the derailleur, and I've got a 9 on the shifter. But hopefully I'm going to be able to use the adjustment screws to stop the throw. With any luck, things are going to line up. If not, I'm going to have to change more parts later on. But I think for now, we'll get the wheels on, then we'll get the chain on. Hopefully it's going to be rideable. Chain to go. Now, I've gone for road, hybrid, mountain bike, 5 to 7 speed. I think, considering this is a 6-speed, I think we should be okay. It's also a, how do I get in here? It's also a split pin, which will be nice and easy on the fitting. It's just a case of whether it's going to be short enough because I've got such a small chain gear on the end. There's the split. Let's see where we are. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. I'll tell you that. Do you know, I think that might just go straight on. I think that's going to go straight on. Win! Okay, so what it looks like here, we got 2 pins with opposite latches. So I'm going to put one in that end, one in that end, and then link them together. That's quite cool. All the other split pins that I've done have been... Oh, hang on. All the other split pins that I've done have been putting one pin over the top at the end. And that seems nice and easy. Okay, I got the chain on. I got the split link on. I'm not going to show you what I did, mostly because it involved the use of a hammer and a lot of swearing. So we don't need to see that. What we need to do next is the last job, and that is, as soon as you turn the pedal, it falls off here. So I just need to set the stop points on the derailleur so it matches the cassette. Right, so on your derailleur, you got these 2 screws. One of them sets the lowest point, which I believe is this top one. So I need to bring this in like this, line up the chain, and then use the top one to do the stop. And then the other one will be the stop for the big ring. Now this short one, this top one here for the bottom, for the smallest cog there, is too short. So I'm going to take that out, hopefully put in something longer, and it's going to work as a stop. So this screw, let's pull it out until it lines up with that cog there, and screw it until the slack is gone. I'm sorry this is crap off camera. Let's see if that lines up. Oh God, hold on. Oh shit. I'll tell you what though, this is actually pretty cool. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. It was a cheap frame and it was a cheap build because I used my old bike, and it was definitely better than selling my bike for 100 quid and then getting her something off of Facebook, because I don't think it had been the specs as this with the aftermarket parts and the rock shocks and all the nice stuff. I think this was worth the effort. So let's load it in the van, take it home, and see if she likes it. What's up? What's up, YouTube? No, fucking hell, what is wrong with me?